What's up everybody, and welcome back once again to the channel, and make sure to subscribe and select that like button. You already know what's up. And in today's video I'm going to be doing my top 5 linebackers. Last video I did D linemen. This will be linebackers, outside linebackers, and middle linebackers. There might be some players on this list that play D-line from time to time, but overall they are linebackers. So without further ado, let's begin. Coming in at number 5, I have Eric Kendricks, and when you hear Eric Kendricks' name, you may think this is a guy who, sure, maybe he was top 5 3 or 4 years ago, but he is still top 5. I don't think people realize how good he still is, especially last year, in which he had 143 tackles, 5 sacks, 2 interceptions, 8 tackle for losses. He is a veteran captain for that Minnesota Vikings defense. It can still play very well in coverage and can still blitz well. Eric Kendricks is still at the top of the game for his position. Coming in at number 4, I have Darius Leonard, who is still a young player. Will be entering, his 5th season next year, so not really that young anymore, for the Indianapolis Colts. And every season he's been in the league, he's had 120 tackles or more. He just is coming off of a first-team All-Pro season, made it to the Pro Bowl, obviously. He had 8 forced fumbles this season, along with 122 tackles. Interesting enough, he never sacked the quarterback, but he's playing in coverage a lot, which is important to know. He had 4 interceptions. Darius Leonard, just a great coverage linebacker, and some would argue maybe is the best linebacker in football. Coming in at number 3, I have Micah Parsons, who's coming off of his rookie season. He had 13 sacks, 84 combined tackles in this season. Now, Micah Parsons played a lot on the edge last season, but he is still, I would consider, a linebacker. You could call him an outside linebacker, but he is still, I feel like he falls under the category more of, this group of guys than a group like from the last video with TJ Watt and company. He's more of still a linebacker, and I think he's going to emerge as the best linebacker in football very soon within the next couple of years. I have him here at number 3, but he completely changed that Dallas Cowboys defense. This was a mediocre defense. Now it's definitely a top 10 defense in the NFL, and it's not just because of him. Dan Quinn definitely helped with that, but Micah Parsons was really the big difference for the Cowboys defense this past season. Coming in at number 2, I have Bobby Wagner, who has been on the Seattle Seahawks his entire career up until now. He'll have his first year now with the Los Angeles Rams. Tough sight for Seahawks fans. He's been in the league now for a total of 10 years, and every single year except twice, he's made it to the Pro Bowl. But speaking of recently, he had 170 tackles last year. This narrative that Bobby Wagner is, not the same anymore, is still good but not elite, is just ridiculous. Last season, he had the most tackles he's ever had in one season alone. He had an interception, a forced fumble. He had a sack, which isn't crazy numbers, but what really sticks out is the 170 tackles. And I think with a team like the Rams, a team that kind of needed help at the middle linebacker position, Bobby Wagner can help them get back to the promised land like they did last year. I think Bobby Wagner is still at the top of the game, and he's been considered the top linebacker in football for a while. I think there's the next guy on this list has surpassed him, but Bobby Wagner's still number 2 in my list. Then coming in at number 1, I got Fred Warner for the San Francisco 49ers, who had 137 tackles. He had a forced fumble, 4.5 sacks, no interceptions last year. He missed a game last season, but Fred Warner, I don't think he gets talked enough about as, one of the top defensive player in the NFL. He isn't the best, obviously, but he's definitely up there, and he's the highest paid linebacker currently in the NFL, and there is a big reason for that. Look, I'm not a guy who thinks it's a good idea to pay linebackers that big amount of money, because in today's NFL, linebackers are being used less and less because of the heavy pass, but Fred Warner definitely is a guy you want to pay that big money to, because this guy can cover the best of the best tight ends. He can cover even wide receivers sometimes. if you put him in a position to win. And this guy can also, come in a blitz here and there, but his main thing is pass coverage, and he's, been a huge anchor for that San Francisco 49ers defense that's been so good over the last couple of years. So Fred Warner, I have him coming in at number 1. But comment down below what you guys think about this list for top 5 linebackers. I think this is a pretty good list. I think all my lists have been pretty good, obviously, but comment down below what you think. Next up, I'll be doing cornerback, so stay in tune for that. And other than that, I'll see you guys next time.